Welcome back to the channel and to the back nine of this scramble where we shot 5 under on the front nine, having started with 3 pars. So looking for a better start here and maybe a better finish as well somehow. This is just a wedge from 128 to this front left flag. Backing myself to get it close here, although I'm leaning, which usually suggests I've hit it short right. This isn't any better. That's long left, so could have done with a third attempt in the middle. Not to worry though, probably in better position here than if I was putting. Just a 7-iron bump and run. Good chance to hole this if I get it right. Stating the obvious. How on earth has that not gone in? And if you've not subscribed, that's going to happen with your next chip on, I'm afraid. It'll look great, it'll tease you, and then it'll stay out. Right, well, just a tapping par there, but never mind. 8 holes to go, 5 birdies required. Tough driving hole this, although I've got 2 balls, so should not be an issue. This is a great game if you're struggling for confidence on the course. Similar to the idea of playing from the front tees and just trying to make birdie after birdie after birdie. This gives you even more chances because you always have a second attempt to learn from your mistakes. That's what I've done there. Bombed my second drive down the middle, although the first one was pretty good, and left myself with about 125 yards in here, which is just a solid 50. That's a lovely beginning. Pin high but just right. So can we take a slightly more aggressive route? Turf flying into that mid-October sun. Much better line this time, but a bit too far. So we took the first one. Downhill, but not really an issue when the greens are squidgy. Although I've misread that a tiny bit. Not the easiest to put. That's bobbled all over the show, unfortunately. Never really looked like going in. And another par. Again, we parred our way through the first 3 holes until we got our first birdie. So not really in the realms of concern just yet. Still playing into that gorgeous looking sun. Not great for the camera, I'll say that. But what is great is that tee shot. I don't even need a second one. Could not hit that any better. Mooching on into the middle of the fairway on the 12th. No roll because it's so wet, so this is still an 8-iron. Shield your eyes, kids. That's an abomination to golf. I've essentially hooked that from 150 yards and I'm basically on the 13th tee. That's much more like it. Although again I've overdrawn it. And although the pin is on the right hand side of the green, I'm all the way over on the left. So this is like 30 feet. Got to give myself a good idea of that putt, which I haven't done there. It goes left to right and that's about all I've learned. Didn't give that one a chance either. At least I'm consistent. Clean up job there for par. And that's 3 in a row. So suddenly things are looking very similar to last time. But not to worry. Here's a fairly short par 3. Slightly in between clubs with the pin at the back left. So I'm just hitting a 3/4 8 here and trying to draw it into the flag and use the contours. That looked amazing in the air, but unfortunately didn't hit it hard enough. So same thing please, just slightly firmer. And that is exactly what I've done. How wonderful when you speak things into existence. Especially with hindsight. Here we go then. This for birdie. That was absolutely nowhere near. Wouldn't mind this one dropping. That was a nice aggressive putt. You love to see that. And we're 6 under par now. And the great thing about this is we now have 2 par 5s in the next 3 holes, where we didn't have any on the front 9. So should be going well here. That's a lovely start. Not really the shape you want on this hole, but I've resigned to the fact that it's a fade and a fade only off the tee. And we've trundled on into the fairway. The greenskeepers are up my arse, which is slightly annoying, so I'm rushing a tiny bit. That's a 4-iron that tried to keep under the trees, but it just clipped one limb and ended up here. Shouldn't be too difficult, especially with those 2 attempts that we've been discussing. That looks fantastical. Oh. I mean, it was. That's a very good attempt, but I wasn't expecting it to go that way at the end. Can I get closer? It's unlikely. And no chance with that one. Still got the old sack on the back here. Not sure if that's legal. But it doesn't matter. I've done a little round the world, but a birdie there. 2 under on the back 9. Not sure what I'm staring at. Looks like I'm being chased by monsters. On to 15. Uphill par 4. Looking resplendent now with the sun behind me finally. Driver to go here. Not normally my favourite driving hole, but 2 attempts at it gives me lots of confidence, and I don't even need the second one. That's good if you like perfect, as they say on Bob Does Sports. Gap wedge again then. Pin all the way back. Thinned it. Hands are stinging. That's not even made the green, and suddenly we're in a bit of bother. That's a far better strike, but it needs to hang on. Tiny bit left of target. And not great. Not even made the green with either attempt, but very makeable chip. Just a bunt with the 9-iron. Well, that pretty much seals the par. Can we knock this one in? How on earth has that stayed out? I'll be honest, it was aggressive, it was pacey, but, I mean, it just belted straight into the pin. And we're back into the sun. Another par 5. Longest hole on the course, but downhill. Great views over the valley. Good drive required. Especially with OB looming on the left, and I have deposited many a ball down there. Not this time, though. That's crunched. And we will trally-lally-la all the way down to this one and hit 3-wood. Because this is still a massive hole. That's a slight tug left with the first one. Fortunately, we have another go. It's not in bad position. But oh my goodness, this is all over it. I've twirled the club thinking it's unreal. And then walked down and found I'm a good 25 yards short. Plan here is just to land it on the front edge of the green in the upslope and kill it. Which is not really what I've done there, and I need to improve. Can I? What have I learned? Absolutely nothing. The second one was abysmal. And we suddenly have a bit of a work left to do here. But not for me. Straight in the cup and another birdie. And the dream is still alive. Let's not even stop there. Why not just have a hole in one? We have 2 attempts, so there's slightly more chance. Very optimistic, I'm not gonna lie. Well, that's definitely not gonna go in without some kind of crazy bounce. Need something better, because I'm not even sure that's on the green. Not the greatest looking swing, they've both gone left. And we've left ourselves here, which is far from ideal. Although if you watch the last video I put on the back 9, I hold a putt from there. That was not a million miles off, that is a big slope from left to right as I look at it. Can I knock this? Oh my goodness, I was about to say can I knock this one in, but that was truly abysmal. Would not fancy that in medal play for par. And we need a 2 up the last. And I'd like to say it's definitely doable considering the tee's right at the front of the box here. It's about 260 playing slightly uphill, so I'll need my Sunday best. Which is exactly the opposite of what I've got with the first one. That's low and right. In play, but that's about all I could say. That's a far better swing. Get up there. Never mind. Didn't have it in the locker, I'm afraid. Came up short. Not too bad, though. Quite a difficult shot here. Pin at the front. Quite a severe upslope, and that was a pretty decent attempt. And that is the opposite of what I wanted. I've duffed it, so we've gone with the first one. Breaking 60s out the window, but let's make 60. Or let's have a power lip out and chunder all over the green. Probably should have stepped away to have another look at this, but I didn't. Full of confidence and poured that one straight in the cup. and 60 it is for 9 under. I hope you've enjoyed, definitely give this game a try. See you next time, goodbye.